Hello everyone, welcome to Trio Planet, the YouTube channel where we talk all things media. Yes, Jordan did just flick a light switch on abruptly. And today, instead of the irregularly scheduled podcast, we, and by we I mean me and my good friend Jordan, Slasher, welcome.
Hey everybody.
Are going to be doing a season review for a season that happened a long time ago, 2012, the season 1 of the CW's Arrow. So, the first season of Arrow aired originally in 2012, starring Stephen Amell as the titular Arrow, aka Oliver Queen. Yeah. We'll just get straight into a semi breakdown, I reckon. I think I'll do arc. Do you think arc based is good?
Yeah, because mostly the show was just like a villain of the week until it got to what it was actually supposed to be doing. Like all of these shows always started with villain of the week.
Yeah, there's like certain arcs that happen in each season for these CW shows. It's changed in recent years to be more comic booky and episodic.
Yeah.
In the sense of the first 5 episodes are arc 1, then you get a couple of filler, then you get arc 2, stuff like that. There's not really filler.
Flash started that whole thing.
Yeah, there's not really filler in season 1 of Arrow. It's all leading to the same goal. So we'll get straight into it. We'll do arc 1, and arc 1 will be revival, I guess. Oliver Queen is obviously rescued from Lian Yu, the island where he's been stranded for 5 years, and he returns to become a vigilante, to become the hood guy, the Arrow, as he's known in this season.
In season 1 he was just the hood. Yeah. He wasn't known as Arrow until season 2.
Needs to get a better code name, man.
I think he has like, how many does he have?
It's the hood guy, and then Malcolm Merlin in one scene suggests the name Green Arrow, but we don't actually get that until like season 4.
Yeah, season 4 when he returns, that is already with why have I forgot her name?
Sarah.
What?
Felicity.
He's already with her in season 4, but they've moved away.
Yeah, so he returns to Starling City. It is Starling in season 1.
Yeah, it's not. I think Star it's City, season. Yeah. It's the one with Ray Palmer.
Yeah,
because he changes it to Star City.
And he begins crossing names out of his book, which is the book that his dad gave him, which has a bunch of names of people who have, quote, failed the city. So he does that for a few episodes, up until around episode 7 of season 1, where they introduce Helena Bertinelli, aka the Huntress.
Yeah, she's a lot different in this show.
Very different. And she gets a 2-episode arc.
Yeah, if you don't know who Huntress is in the comic wise, she's actually, I believe, the daughter of Batman.
Yeah. In this, she's the daughter of mob boss Frank Bertinelli. So she gets a 2-episode arc where Oliver tries to teach her to be a vigilante like him, and she can't do it, and she's just a cold-blooded killer. Then she is written out the story. She vanishes for...
She leaves and she
doesn't
return until she returns later on.
Yeah. She's not in a lot.
Doesn't she die?
I thought she died.
I thought she died. Hang on.
Anyway,
you continue. I'll have a look.
After episode 8, after that like mini arc ends, we move on to arc 2 for the season, which is the Dark Archer arc, which basically plays out for the rest of the season in a way, because the Dark Archer is sort of the main bad guy for this season. Oliver does a load of other stuff. He takes down a B-Tech version.
She went to prison.
Yeah.
She went to prison because she gave herself up and then she was never seen again.
Oliver takes down a B-Tech version of Firefly.
Yeah, I really hated this version of Firefly. Fine, I get it, budget. But...
What else does he take down? He takes down a private security company that pulls off heights.
He takes down
Count Vertigo.
Is this season 2?
Well, this is season 1 Count Vertigo, the one that he
season 1, does he take down those people robbing banks?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's an earlier episode.
That was when John was trying to get him to that's when John was trying to get him to, fight other crimes and not just the list.
Yeah. What else? So he gets shot at one point during this arc by his mother, Moira Queen. He gets a little bit scared for his identity to come out if they've got any evidence or anything. But that quickly blows over. And towards the end of this season, it's actually towards the end of this season that Helena returns and is basically caught by the police and goes to prison. And right at the end, after a bunch of extra little Villain of the Week episodes, Oliver starts taking down the undertaking. And it all culminates in the episode titled Sacrifice, in which the Glades is heavily damaged. Oliver's best friend Tommy, who recently discovered that Oliver was the Arrow, or the Hood, dies in the police station in the Glades. And Malcolm Merlin is beaten, but still alive.
Also, I'd like to mention Diggle finds out Oliver is the Arrow because Oliver saves him from being shot by Floyd Lawton, aka Deadshot.
Yes, that happens in the early arc in episode 3. So it's a lot more difficult to do these seasonal breakdowns because there's so much you've got to get through. Like, we do episode breakdowns for the episodic reviews, and those are easy because you just talk about everything that happens in that. You can't really talk about each episode individually.
No.
So I'm sort of lumping a load of stuff together. So
people have watched it. People have had ages to watch it. So really, we're just giving a dumbed down version.
Yeah, and another thing that happens throughout the entire season, it's not arc related. You get flashbacks to Oliver on the island, so you get to see how he became.
So, the first 5 seasons, guys, is seeing Oliver on the island for the first 5 seasons, flashback-wise, and sometimes what happens in his modern life actually relates to something that happened on the island.
Yeah, but that is basically the gist of season 1 of Arrow. It's all about Oliver's vendetta beginning against the people on the list, and him trying to stop the undertaking from destroying the Glades. What did you think of season 1 of Arrow, Jordan?
Obviously, I knew about who Green Arrow was before their show started, and to me, Green Arrow, like growing up, obviously I've seen Green Arrow in a lot of stuff. Saw him in, I don't know if he was in the Justice League animated series. Think so? No,
I
no,
think
he
he
wasn't.
was.
I don't think he was. Maybe. Um, but to me, he was always, the blonde haired, goatee, guy, Robin Hood type. But this show reinvented him a bit more. It made him obviously because the CW couldn't use Batman. They decided to make Oliver the Batman of this thing. He's the billionaire. He's the guy who sleeps with a lot of girls. He's the badass. He's the guy who's got very dark intentions, but instead he kills people. Um, and how people don't know he's the Arrow is beyond me. How people don't realize it.
It's a lot of coincidences that allow him
Yeah,
to escape.
yeah, exactly. And for the first season, he only wears eye makeup for a mask.
Yeah, it's like grease
It's
paint.
like grease paint. Yeah, it's like war paint. And I think obviously season 2 we find out why, because he didn't want to wear a mask because he wanted to be able to use his bow better in aim, and having a mask wouldn't allow that, even though somehow his Earth X version of him is able to do that with a full face mask. But yeah, this season was great. This obviously I knew about the CW because of Smallville, and this version of Arrow compared to Smallville's Green Arrow, I liked Smallville's Green Arrow. Don't get me wrong, but fucking sometimes he annoyed me. Um, this version of him is way better. He's cooler. Stephen Amell does an amazing job at playing this character. He, I think, does best he could given circumstances and stuff like that. But yeah, I really liked Arrow when it first started. Like, the show was definitely something new and something that fans would enjoy from a DC perspective. Obviously, Slade Wilson's in it, played by a really amazing actor as well. And yeah, like a lot of characters in this who are Batman villains reworked to be are reworked to be Arrow villains. And I think I would have to rate this entire season. Actually, we'll get to the rating after your thoughts.
Okay. I I like season one of Arrow because it's sort of um pre-Flash
Like when we
like
saw when this
integration.
started, we didn't know it was gonna be a universe. We didn't know
Like
it'll get spin-offs.
and like originally the CW were saying, oh, this is going to be extremely gritty. It's going to be extremely realistic. There's going to be no superpowers. It's going to be as if the only hero on the planet is Green Arrow, and he doesn't even call himself that.
No.
But obviously, it's the exact same character. It's the exact same, you know,
Yeah.
secret identity.
Except the fact that they changed a lot, because in the comics he doesn't actually have a sister called Thea.
Yeah, but
In the comics, yeah, I know. Just saying, he doesn't actually have a sister called Thea. John Diggle doesn't exist in the comics either. And there aren't two Black Canaries.
yeah. Um, I think the best part of season one has got to be the action.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one.
The action in season
The
one
show
was like top notch.
shines. The show definitely shines with action. Like the fighting style. Like, I think the best thing about it is as well that even though he can do all of these things, fight like that and be like how he is and a very good archer, it's good to see that he is vulnerable.
Yeah, he isn't. He isn't overpowered to the point where when he loses, it's like, nah, he should have been able to do that
Unlike
easy.
Flash, where Flash is always every season, oh, I'm gonna get faster, I'm gonna get more powerful. Arrow's just like, I am powerful, but I know my limits.
Arrow's like, shit, this guy's got a gun. That's an issue. And you're like, yeah, it is. Do you want to know why? Because you're running around in the 21st century with a recurve bow.
It's funny in all costs. I think at one of later seasons he says, if I remember, he uses a gun and I think like Diggle or someone looks at him and was like, I didn't say I didn't know how to use one. So he's like, yeah, he knows how to use a gun. He just prefers the bow.
Yeah. And I think it shows, in a way, I guess, discipline.
Yeah.
Because when Oliver went to the island, he was. Oh, well, went to the island, got stranded
Yeah,
on
when
the
he got
island.
stranded on the
Yeah.
island, he was.
He was like bratty. He didn't really care about anyone but himself, and he's sort of still the same when he comes back. But that's sort of an act to
It's an act to just show people that he's not changed, even though he has.
yeah.
Even though I think Theo's like the main one who says he has changed, and she's
Yeah.
like he doesn't want to admit it.
I think that the the whole season was more. You were more invested in it because it wasn't outlandish. Whereas later seasons pulled in like characters with immense godlike powers, and Oliver was the messiah that was going to save everyone. This was far more grounded in reality, and that puts a lot of points in its favor because it makes you not necessarily scared but fearful that anything could happen. Anyone could die.
Yeah.
Whereas at the current moment in like CW, you don't think anyone's going to die because
In modern day, in like later on in the shows, yeah, you just didn't feel like anybody were gonna die. I feel like after Oliver died, it was like everybody else had fucking plot armor.
yeah, and even then Oliver had pretty intense plot armor throughout the entire series.
True.
As for like rating for it, I feel like it deserves probably like an 8.6 overall.
Do you think there's gonna be higher seasons?
I think there are better seasons in the CW, but I
To be
think
honest, season two of Arrow.
yeah,
Season two of Arrow is really fucking good.
yeah, I think this one has
Season
the
two made me
weakness.
feel a lot more.
Yeah, season one had the weakness of it had to set everything up and it had to set up stakes and stuff. And the flashbacks were very uninteresting in season one. They were far more interesting in season two.
Season two, it was more about Mirakuru and all that, and it was about this miracle drug and Dr. Ivo, which Dr. Ivo is the guy who creates whatever it's called, the android that can copy superpowers.
Yeah. But I think definitely like an 8.6.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna agree with you on that one. Yeah, I do agree that there are better seasons, but season one is just so nostalgic.
Yeah, it felt good to rewatch it, that's for sure.
Same.
Anything else?
No?
Well, I hope you all did enjoy this season review on Trio Planet. I have been one of your hosts, not Jordan. You're Jordan. I'm Will. I'm Azteral.
I've been your host, Slasher.
Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe to all the useless garbage that YouTube has asked you to do. If you didn't like the video, dislike it. I like engagement. But as always, we will see you in the next video. You have failed this city.
You
Come
have
on, Doc.
failed this city.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.
We escante pace.
Forget 1,000 things every day, pal. Make sure this is one of them.
Server etiquette!